What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Oversteer and Underdogs. I'm Rob. This is my buddy Dean, and we are coming off of a Mexican GP weekend. I think the main topic here is how much the FIA sucks.
No, they're awful. They're the worst. We've been saying it we've been saying it since the start of the podcast. We've been saying it well before the podcast started. Just so tired of the inconsistency. It is so frustrating.
And
it starts immediately.
It's immediately. The inconsistency is one thing, but like just the blatant disregard for certain things and then the overreaction of other things is just insane. And like you said, it started right off rip. I mean, we had that crazy, insane, just wild turn one experience. We had 15 cars mowing the lawn and then another 4 that decided to stay on the track. Everyone was doing their own thing. Max Verstappen shot through the grass. Leclerc, I don't know why Charles had to cut through the grass. That was, in my opinion, again, we're Ferrari fans. That was completely unnecessary.
I mean, myself, honestly, if he's in any car that's not a Ferrari, as in him and Lewis aren't teammates, the way they ended up over there, I think he probably ends up with a penalty, honestly. But I was real excited, actually, to start off with like the lack of policing, mostly because we're all here to watch racing. And I was like, oh my God, they're actually acknowledging this is a final charge. They're going to let these guys race. This is awesome.
We had just an inkling of hope.
I did. And then, it was Max, obviously, I thought he was going in the wall. Honestly, he left the frame and I was like, oh, where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, he's done. I was like, he's gone. He's off. He was way out of the frame. I thought he was in the wall. We were going to see a smoking Red Bull. And then he just shoots back across like he's in Space Invaders. And Charles is doing kind of the same thing, but less consequence. But then when they it was when they rejoined. I think that was the big issue, actually.
And when they showed the onboard of Max, he was literally like 3 feet from devastation.
Dude, he wheeled that thing. He wheeled that thing so well. I mean, we've all seen F1 cars snap, into some oversteer. Typically, they don't come back. You don't have there's no steering lock on the things really to do that. Max is over here, Formula D, just mowing the lawn.
His comment in the cool down room
was amazing. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it.
No, and so we start right there. We see that, oh wow, we're gonna get some great racing today, and then we have the incident with him and Lewis, and with Max,
which you couldn't even see. You couldn't even see it because it was shown on a picture-in-picture this big.
Yeah. And like, was he far enough ahead? I don't know. Me being a Lewis fan, I feel like that was a very, very borderline, like pushing off the track. And then Lewis tries to overcorrect. He goes into the kind of the breakdown lane. He cuts across the grass, and he does end up getting that advantage. He does end up getting probably 2 seconds, 4 seconds ahead. Maybe I'd say 4 seconds max ahead of everybody.
Yeah, he came out just way too far ahead.
Yeah, and then they hit him with a penalty.
Yeah,
a 10-second penalty.
Yeah, and like this was another one where they're going through that series of corners where 5 laps ago we just had this crazy mess. You go through turn 1, Max is over, he's pushed him off, and I was like, oh man, they're really not throwing nothing. You get your little blurbs at the top there. Nothing's coming up. I'm like, oh wow, like they're letting them race. So this is going to be a show. And I mean, it was still a show, but I was excited. It kept going. You get Max pushing him off. You get Lewis making an aggressive move to pass him again, and then you get both of them going off. I was like, man, this is awesome. And when Lewis came back out, honestly, it didn't even occur to me that he was going to get a penalty. Didn't. It wasn't until they showed the replay after the note came up. I remember I messaged you, and I was like, I think he's getting a penalty. When I saw the replay, I was like, I understand. I don't agree with it, but I understand. And to me, like 50% of that penalty is kind of on Ferrari and his engineering team. To me, if you have to, he gets pushed off, whatever, stuff happens. You come out with that much of an advantage, it's still gaining an advantage one way or another. they're gonna hit you with something. I think it should have been a 5-second penalty, not 10. Um,
And
but
like
that's
you
on
said
Ferrari to
though,
tell him they should have
yeah.
told him, hey, slow down, let Max get up to your bumper and just take off. You know, we get another we would have had another, you know, lap or two of this incredible battle that could have ended up totally different. We don't know.
And honestly, like I feel like in Lewis's mindset, like going through that, he just watched everybody barrel off of the track. He
Yeah.
saw his teammate barrel
Yeah.
off of the track. He saw Max launch off of the track.
Oh yeah.
They didn't get anything. He kept even asking on the comms, what's going to happen for turn one, lap one incident? And they keep
Oh, yeah.
saying, keep your head down, focus on your race. And so that happens. He goes through, and first off, you can barely put 2 people, 3 people wide on
Oh,
the exit
yeah.
the track
Yeah,
entry.
not
You
even
can't
not
put
2 or 3 cars, human
no.
beings.
You can't even put let alone a full Formula One car. You're not
No.
like
It
so,
looked like it
and
was made for Lego cars.
exactly. And you're not going, you can't tell me you're going to be able to chalk up a car, turn back the track, that lane goes
Yeah.
back and then comes
Yeah.
out. First off, who
Who
created
designed this thing?
What asshole
Well,
made that?
The stupidest thing was it's a perfect 90-degree turn to get into it. I'm like, what is happening?
Make it
How are
go
we supposed
with
to use this?
how
I thought that was
Lewis
something for the
went.
little ATVs.
Literally, how Lewis went, that's where that road should have been. That's where that access road should have been. Was where Lewis went. That's that's a normal trajectory for it. You shouldn't have, you already got booted off the track. You should not have to then cut back, completely stop, cut back, and then come out. Because then you're going to run into the issue of re-entering the track unsafely. What are you going to do? Have to stop and wait for everybody to go because you just got pushed off?
No. The solution, and it had to be just pull out, slow down, get to the reasonable distance, and then continue. So I mean, it's an FIA issue. It's a Mexico GP issue, but it's also a Ferrari issue, I would say. Not Lewis's, just Ferrari in general, which is nothing new to anybody who's watched any kind of F1. I was going to demonstrate it with one of my F1 cars up here, but my Ferrari's currently in a sandbox in pieces.
Still.
Well, it looks just like
and
the
so
real one at this point.
honestly, speaking of just being on just the FIA messing up left and right, the Liam Lawson situation with the marshals running across the track. Where's the yellows? Where's the slowdown?
Yeah, that was that's just really scary. I don't know what kind of governance the FIA has over those people, but to me, at the end of the day, you're the governing body of this series.
You have radio comms.
Yeah. You're the governing
body. You can
body
get
of
into
this.
every single car's radio.
Yeah. You're the governing body of this series. You're ultimately responsible for the people that are running out there, I assume. But yeah, that was terrifying. I remember I saw the onboard, and honestly, I thought it was fake. I didn't see it initially. I was scrolling while watching, and I saw it come up, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So I made this AI video.
I just fake.
it never occurred to me that was even possible. And then when I saw it from multiple angles, I'm like, oh my God, this was real. Like this actually, how did we miss this? How did I not see this? But
that
either
man
way,
almost lost his life.
Oh yeah,
he was 2 feet away from losing his life.
No, but I saw in the onboard, you can see the yellow flashing to his left. Telling him to slow down, which is all well and good, but slowing down ain't going to stop you from hitting that guy probably. That guy shouldn't have been out there at all. But then you also have somebody further down who, in another point of view, the car's coming at you this way. The marshal on the next corner is waving a green flag, and the guy's still in the road.
No communication there whatsoever.
Like, what is happening? They're wearing bright friggin' orange. It's your one job to keep people safe. What are you doing? You're going to get your own guys killed.
My thing too is like, what were they picking up in the grass? Why does it matter if there's stuff in the grass?
The crazy thing was, it was Lawson's wing. It was Lawson's wing from when it got chopped off. But it's
again,
still,
this is what we talk about with other racing series. Like we'll get to them a little bit later on, but like the supercars in Australia, we were laughing at each other because there were mirrors. There was a mirror corner. Like there were like 7 mirrors broken.
8 passenger mirrors just chilling,
strung out across the track. They didn't
every
stop
time one came off, the announcers are telling us, oh, joined its friends. If you put those all together, you might get one.
And so like, and then now jump back to F1. This is in the grass. Like, okay, cool. You went off track. There's something in there. Sorry, your day's done.
Yeah,
Like,
just it's off
don't
track.
go
It's on
off
the line.
track.
Exactly. I agree.
Why are you even worrying about that? There was nothing on the track. You were worrying
Yeah,
about something in the grass.
and we saw just how much space there was because I watched Max soar about 400 feet that way. So it's not like it's a danger to the crowd even where like somebody's going to hit it and launch it. You got a whole state worth of space to be fine. Yeah, that was
scary. Just awful.
That's a scary deal.
It
made my stomach turn when I saw it was real.
And it's like, you don't put a yellow or even a virtual safety car for a quick second, but you do for Carlos Sainz being behind the wall.
Stupid. There were so many things with Carlos Sainz's day that were just terrible. The poor guy.
Yeah.
But
dude can't catch a break.
He had 2 pit lane infractions, I believe it was. He had to drive through at least once.
Yeah.
But I believe he had 2 for speeding. His pit speed limiter was malfunctioning.
Dude, he kept
to me
hopping.
Yeah, which to me that's also somewhat of a safety issue. If you don't have the one thing that's keeping you safe on pit road, your speed, what do you have there? The only time we usually see that happen is at the very beginning if they don't slow down just enough, which is one thing because there's nobody at that end really. There's space. But if you have a guy who's just totally going for it, he's waiting for that speed limiter to help him out a bit, that's going to suck. It's a bad day.
I'm
kind of
so
another one
glad
of those
you
things
actually-
where I'm like,
I was gonna say, I'm glad you brought that up, just because I was watching a video the other day of the old days when there was no speed limit in pit lane.
Friggin' lawless.
Dude, homie's coming off the track at like 120 miles an hour down pit lane, locking him up 3 spots before his and pulling in.
Yeah, just yanking the thing in there. It was nuts. It reminded me of when
so cool.
Remember when NASCAR used to do they still do it, the All-Star Shootout, and part of qualifying was a park in the pit box, and they took the speed off, and they could just lock up at the beginning of pit lane because they're going so fast and slide all the way. That's what that was. Different times,
I just wanted to throw that out there because I saw that, and I'm like, dude, now I'm like, I get nervous when someone almost hits a marshal on the track.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's all precedent, right? This is all precedent. It's all consistency. So you're setting this high standard for safety by putting in all these measures. But when one malfunctions or something obviously fails in communication, there was no accountability for. I assume there will be for the Grand Prix for that marshal or that track crew there that ran out. But for Carlos Sainz, I don't know. Other people may feel differently, but that's a tough one. Only because if he gets taken out of the race because of it for a safety issue, we don't have that virtual safety car at the end of the race at all. That really shouldn't have been there anyways.
No, it shouldn't have been there. Like, regardless of what happened earlier in the race.
No, you're in the slowest section of the entire track. And he's
behind the wall.
Actually, behind the wall mostly. And whatever. But there's 2 laps left. You're actually behind the cut of that corner. Who's going to hit you out there? Even Max, when he drove by, it came out. Max, honestly, he held his composure really well when it came out. And he just kind of was like, okay. And when he drove by, he goes, nobody drives out there.
Unless you're broke down.
So strange. Yeah.
And
I don't know why they couldn't. I don't know why they couldn't just leave that small section of track slowed down.
So just that, you didn't need to
do
a full course yellow. You didn't need to do a full course yellow. And again, I even told it to you, and I send you a text in all caps. 2 weeks in a row, we get robbed of final lap, just mayhem, just battles. We had 2 battles. We had Ollie and Oscar, and we had Charles and Max. And you robbed us again for no reason. I get it. Last week, Stroll's car was still out there. That was definitely blatantly on the track. I'm butthurt, yes, but whatever. This week, no need for it. Absolutely no need for it.
It's the inconsistency of safety, right? You have all these things that happen that you're like, wow, that's sketchy. And then you have this happen that's really not sketchy, but you want to be safety police. I'm like, can we be somewhat consistent in anything we do here? Because this is crazy. And then, the other thing that kind of drove me nuts was the VSCs up there. And so usually it comes off in a random time, I believe it is. when they say it's lifting. I felt like there was no time between
Dude, it
it
was
coming
on
up
and
that it was
off.
ending. It was like, go. And it caught Max out. Charles took advantage, which good on him. But I was like, God, this whole thing's so butchered right now. It was a
It was
great
just
race
so bad.
overall, but that was butchered.
Yeah. And again, we as the fans, we got robbed, and put your tinfoil hats on, because I I literally, like, you can't tell me that this wasn't in favor of Lando. All of the what happened was in favor of him. Oscar didn't get to pass Ollie for more points, and Max
Yeah,
didn't get to pass Leclerc for more
Charles.
points.
Yeah. I mean, now we have what? We have a 36-point gap, I believe, covering the three of them.
Yeah.
So still on, but it's a much harder, it is a steeper climb we got now. With he only gained 4, so that's not a whole
Yeah.
lot. So he's gonna have to finish out the season basically winning everything, which he can.
You're talking Max, right?
We've seen it. Yeah, I can see it happening.
Yeah.
The real fight that we have right now is just going to be between Oscar and Lando. I don't know. Oscar was just not himself.
Yeah, and it was his press conference was interesting when he said, "I didn't do anything different that I've been doing all season, and the pace just isn't there." And so, like, that makes me like, is his car just not performing for him now, 2-3 weeks in a row at this point?
And I don't know, something's changed. Something's different. I don't know if it's the car, what he's doing, or whatever. Something's different because he had the superior handling over that car for half the year, more than half the year. And then now they're so close on podiums. I believe Lando is now he holds the most podiums as a McLaren driver, and at 15, and Oscar has 14. So, I mean, you can't really get two guys that are more evenly matched, but I don't know. Something's up. Something's up. I hope they figure it out so we can get a good fight here. I want to see this go all the way to the end.
And honestly, I feel like it might be honestly a little combination of the two. I mean, Oscar's mentality after smashing in Baku was that's where we started kind of to see the decline of his performances.
Yeah.
We started seeing the decline there. We had the big accident in the sprint race last week. That obviously did something to the car. Like, there's no way around that. Something happened to the car. But again, the mentality, like, he had that happen again. And then we come into this week and he's just subpar. Way
He just wasn't there.
subpar.
I mean, I gotta say, he did put on because I think in the initial turn, he went down to what, 9th, I think, or 8th.
Yeah.
He fell back a couple positions. Some of the passes he put on were nuts.
Yeah.
His pass on Russell, oh my God.
It's good on Yuki.
4 ball sizes.
Good on Yuki for holding him off as long as he could.
Yuki held him up for 10 laps.
He made that car 3 cars wide. Yeah.
Oh, he's making a case to stay. There were some great passes, honestly, throughout the race. Obviously, Piastri had his great one on Russell, and then the move he pulled on Ocon, also absolutely nuts. And then you had Bortoletto pull that wild move on Hadjar. I mean, he hated that car dancing. That was amazing.
Is that the one where he, like, it was outside?
Yeah, he shoots outside, he shoots back in, he shoots back outside again. I'm like, oh my God. He's gaining the confidence, and I love to see these young guys gaining confidence. I think it's great.
Speaking of young guys, Ollie Behrman, amazing weekend.
He showed up.
Yeah.
He looked great. Do you ever think you'd see a Haas in the top 4 this year?
No. Not at all. Not at all.
I thought he was going to get a podium for a quick second there.
Yeah. I know, you texted me, you're like, are we about to get another rookie on the podium? I was like, I don't know. He's got to chase Max.
And so out of that whole Lewis and Max 2021 recreation, we got we got Ollie Behrman just picking up the crumbs.
Yeah.
Like he was like, oh, you guys are going to wreck each other?
And then, honestly, when everyone came on, he just, like, laid on the brakes, hung out for a second, and took off, and it was perfect.
It honestly didn't even occur to me that was a Haas at first. I was like, oh, wow, somebody passed him. I look at the board, I'm like, that's a Behrman? That can't be right. That can't be right.
I loved it when it said it was Behrman and then Verstappen, so it was Beaver. That was great.
Yeah. Oh, the kid was just like, that was awesome. That was so cool to see. Finally, he gets to show what he can do, because his whole weekend was great. He made up, I don't know how many positions on the first corner. And then he goes and he gets to pass Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton in a Haas. Come
and then
on,
hold it.
that's so cool.
And then
That was
hold it.
awesome.
Like
Yeah,
his race, I know we've said it before. He is going to be very fun to watch once he gets into a car. Like if in the upcoming years, if he can get a seat in a car and a platform on a team that actually delivers, not
yeah,
Haas,
yeah,
he's going to do some damage. He's going to do
yeah. This
really well.
rookie, this rookie crew that we got starting is they're pretty stacked. You know,
Yeah.
Hadjar's to me, Hadjar's been rookie of the year. I think
Yeah. Behrman's a
he's
close
just
second,
so good.
but he hasn't had
Yeah,
as
and
much.
Bortoletto too.
Yeah.
Bortoletto's just been these guys are getting confidence, and this is when these older guys got to start to get nervous. These guys are going to be coming up on new contracts. They're going to be coming up on new regulations, new cars. These guys are going to be throwing these things around, and
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows what could happen? You get Kimi Antonelli, who really couldn't get himself going for the longest time, and he's not doing terrible. I think he's going to improve. You know, his Mercedes daddy wasn't there this weekend, but they still made sure to protect his ego a little bit.
Yeah. And honestly, like I'm glad you brought up Mercedes because like I know we talk a lot of crap about George, but I feel like he got screwed over a little bit this weekend. He had a
Can
car
we
up
talk
his
about
ass.
his radio? Can we talk about his radio real quick? How many times did he ask, can you just fly through a corner and not take it? You can just send your car in and just go. George, you were 2 cars back by the time they got there. But either way, it was
my favorite one was
but the
what was
car,
it? 2 or 3 laps of him saying like, "Okay, like I've got pace. Are you guys gonna let me go? We're talking about it. Okay, cool. Well, I've got a car up my ass."
yeah, he would. So the funniest thing was what do you say the first time? Oh, they were telling him to watch the tires. And he goes, well, I have a McLaren behind me. Do you want me to let them pass?
They're like, no, thank you. He's like, okay, cool, just checking.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's fantastic. And then maybe a lap later, 2 laps later, it's like, yeah, you really got to watch your tires and take care of your brakes. And he goes, I have a fucking car up my fucking ass.
I've never heard that many bleeps since the paragraph love note from Leclerc.
Oh yeah,
like
he was so angry,
dude.
I haven't seen George flip out like that. But then they didn't switch them kind of how I thought they would. I thought they were going to switch him in the pit lane. You know, let George go in first and have at it. But they let them pit the order they were in, came out, and they said, yeah, go pass him on track. And then they tell him to be careful. I'm like, God, stuff sucks here when daddy's not home.
Yeah, literally. Because honestly, and I get where his frustration was coming from because you let him pass 5 laps sooner. There's a damn good chance he's getting into DRS behind Ollie and having a chance to battle Ollie. There's a
I don't know if he
real
ever passes
good
him,
chance.
but I think he catches him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever passes him. Ollie was like, it's crazy to say that Haas had pace.
It did.
It did. It was quick. Even Ocon, he finished 9th. It was just a fast car.
And George had to literally hold off Oscar, so you know that the tire deg in those 5 laps just destroyed him. So that didn't give him the chance.
I don't know. I thought it was fumbled, and then you got Oscar coming through right behind. It's all funny how this all these kind of depended on each other. But you have Oscar coming through. He goes through. He makes a move on Antonelli. He gets past him. And then he passes George, and he doesn't even finish the corner. And I swear, Antonelli's on the radio. Can I have that space back, please? He said he'd give it back. Can I have it back? Can I have it back? Can I have it back? And they're like,
it's like, Kimmy, chill out.
Go take it. Oh, like, oh my God.
And then it wasn't for another like 15 laps until George gave it back.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. It was odd. I don't know. I feel like whenever Toto Wolff isn't at the race, something happens. Something goes wrong every time.
Which has been like 4 times this year, which is really weird. Yeah. It's like, bro, like
you're the CEO of this F1 team.
This is kind of your job. What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, he's not like, you have Zach Brown who pops in and out, but that's because he goes to his other racing teams because he's purely the CEO of McLaren Racing. Toto's the CEO of McLaren F1 Racing and also
Mercedes
the team principal.
F1.
You should probably be there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, no. I don't know. I don't know what he's got going on. Obviously, everybody's entitled to whatever they got, but I'm like, Jesus, stop missing.
And because stuff literally, like you said, exactly every time he's out, something wrong happens with that team. And again, like I mean, I like seeing Mercedes do okay. George is
Yeah,
whatever. Kimmy's we
I've
love
started to like
Kimmy.
him. I know this year. I know my opinions turned around during the year this year of him. I feel like he's having more fun now. It's really funny though. I feel like his attitude changed now that he has this the contract. He never would have flipped out like that. I feel like,
No,
and
no.
he just lost it, completely crashed out, just lost it. So
Which I like
funny.
to
There was
see
so
that
many
because it's like,
asterisks.
and they were even seriously, they were even saying too the commentary was even like he is the lead guy now. He is the head driver at Mercedes.
Yeah,
Of
he's the
course,
man.
he's
He's your
gonna
future.
get
Well,
he
as far as we
he's
know,
gonna
he's your
say what
future.
he's saying. Yeah,
Yeah, he's your guy that's training your I don't know, Total Will's second child or whatever you want to call him.
Hmm.
Oh, you tiny Verstappen, I want you.
I
But don't worry,
want you.
Georgie. He's
Here
just
you
keeping
go.
Max's
Here's
seat
your
warm.
bone.
I feel like he's just trying to keep Max's seat warm. It's crazy to me.
Literally.
I don't understand it at all. I don't get it. But hey, we don't actually know what the terms of George's contract are. But
Yeah.
rumor is it's 26. He says the future, which could mean absolutely anything.
I mean, that's
But
tomorrow.
I feel like George. They must have gave him a lot of money because he's like, all right, you know what? Now I can be an asshole. Screw
Yeah.
you guys. I got my money. I'm getting what I want.
I mean, speaking of like future seats too, we had the FP1, which was very interesting. Seeing all the F2 drivers and our endurance boys jumping in there. Uh, it was cool. Like it was awesome seeing them. It was funny seeing the huge gaps between the front
Oh yeah,
runners and the ones below. But I mean, they're on different plans and stuff like that. But we definitely
yeah.
saw Fuoco not
Not
do
look
the
great.
best. I was a little sad with that one, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
He can go
I
back,
even
jump back in his Ferrari and win some more WEC races.
it's yeah. He should probably stick to that. But it was
Yeah.
hard to it's so hard to weigh these guys between like the full timers and hey, this guy comes in for FP1. The only time you could really do it, I had to watch when I was watching it, I had the telemetry on. That's the only reason I could kind of tell what was apples to apples, maybe. But you see like Yuki and Lindblad, they ran similar plans, not the same, but similar.
Yeah.
Lindblad obviously coming from F2, going up to much faster, way more power, way more everything. It took him the majority of the session to kind of get a good lap in.
Yeah.
But once he did, he was actually faster than Yuki,
He was 6th or
which
7th, I think, in FP1, which again,
yeah,
it's practice. It's
still, but
practice.
like it was impressive, if nothing else.
Yes.
Uh, and you had like, Paddle Ward. I don't know what the hell plan they had him on. I assume it was mostly to just protect Lando's ego. Let's not let this guy look like he's fast so that Lando stays happy. Zach Brown will be happy. And that was fine. And then you had Paul Aaron, who he was there, went off
Yeah.
track a
Same
few
with
times
Vesti.
in an Alpine. Yeah.
Vesti was doing well in the beginning, and then he kind of trickled back to like mid-teens, I think it was. He ended up like
Yeah.
13th,
I assume
14th.
it was just a different run plan.
Yeah.
We do actually have, so there's actually one guy I wanted to talk about in particular, Jack Crawford. Crawford's interesting. So obviously Cadillac's joined the grid. When Cadillac was joining the grid, the talk was, we want an American driver, right? And you had these names being thrown around. One of them was Jack Crawford. Jack Crawford is currently in F2. He is battling for the championship, actually. I believe he's P2 currently.
Yeah.
This is a guy who's got some pretty serious talent, clearly. Very young. But I don't know, Cadillac's going to have some guys to farm from who are American, which is a big deal for them, it seems. Maybe it's not a total, like, it has to be, but I don't think it hurts for marketing.
Yeah.
But you have Colton Herta joining F2, and then you have Jack Crawford clearly coming up, and he looked good. He looked pretty good.
Yeah. And I think that's really big for America as a whole with Formula One because it's an American driver. Like you
Yeah.
don't got
This
any of
is
those right now.
right. And we don't, naturally it's just we don't have the talent that the Europeans especially have. We don't get to start karting at whatever age they start. I don't know what age they
Yeah.
start. It's young. It's something crazy. I see 5-year-olds ripping go-karts. And
Yeah.
you had the big deal is to go to England to race go-karts. That's where everybody does it.
And it
So
costs
we
so
used to,
much more money to do that as like
yeah,
rather than be already pinned over there.
right. And a lot of these guys, so these guys that are coming up through that are from the Americas, any of the Americas at this point, but mostly North America. They're coming up through sim racing, which we've talked about many times, how great it is to
Love
see
it.
these opportunities. Um, these are guys that started there, and this is how they're coming through. Which I love to see. I think it's great. I think it's going to be huge for F1 if they do get another American driver. You know, I wish Logan Sargent worked out a bit better. I like the kid.
Yeah.
He went off and he's doing well though. I believe he's off doing his other ventures, different kinds of race and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, he's he was just in I want to say it was either IMSA or WEC not too long
I
ago. He
thought
was driving.
didn't he? I think he was in WAG. I believe it was.
Yeah, I believe it's WEC.
But he looked like the thing is, right? You take the worst driver in F1. We're not saying any names, Lance Stroll. But if you send Lance Stroll to go race a GT car, he probably has a good chance to win. You
He
send
can
Lance
keep it
Stroll
on
to
the
go,
track.
yeah. I mean, you send him to go drive anything that's not an F1 car, he probably can win the championship of it.
Yeah.
I don't know why he doesn't, but I don't know, that's a topic for another day. But
Yeah, because we
the
got to
talent level
remember
is just
that
so
these
high.
guys, yeah, exactly. Like you got to remember these guys are some of the best, if not the best drivers
They
in the
are.
world behind any wheel.
Yeah. It's that same comment that comes up between Larson and Verstappen. I think it's just hilarious every single time. It's so stupid every time.
Speaking of
my
boos,
God. Yeah. They actually had to turn down the crowd volume. They had to isolate sounds. That was
Lando
wild.
Norris getting booed the entire time. He's getting interviewed during his trophy ceremony. Everything.
It was brutal.
I literally had to turn the volume up because I was like, nah, there's no way that they're booing this man so intensely. Oh,
yeah,
they are.
yeah. I can't. What does it feel like to stand up on a stage, have somebody interviewing you, whatever? You're the man in the spotlight, and you just get booed by thousands of people. How does that make you feel? Do you know how many pictures I saw? He laughed. He handled it well for sure. If for nothing else, you got to give Lando crushed it this weekend. He handled that just hatred so well. I didn't expect him to. When I heard the booing, I was like, "Oh man, we're getting the villain arc. It's starting. It's starting right now. He's gonna do something." Because last year or so, he's been kind of, I don't want to say flying off the handle. He's snapped a couple times, but just dumb stuff. I'm like, Lando, come on, man. You're like 130 pounds and 5'4". Just chill out. Chill out a little bit. I was like, that dumb. We talked about it here before. The comment to Lewis about having a fast car. Like
when he was just trying to give him props.
It's easy. It's easy when you have a fast car. Then why are you only ahead by 1 point? Why it's so easy? But it's just those comments that kill me. That kills me. It's a guy I want to see do well, and I hate those comments
until he opens
and I think
his
a lot
mouth.
That's what you say. Yeah, I hate those because he's a fun-loving kid. He's just there having a good time, and I like that.
He's goofy. And then he gets cocky. He gets too big for his britches sometimes.
It does, and he's got like such a nice car collection of just cool stuff. Just seems like a cool dude. He seems like somebody I'd want to go hang out with. But then he just pulls out the dumb comments, like the thing with Max talking about, Max, he started out so strong. I'm like, yeah, Lando, you go, buddy. I have my days. Max has his days. I don't think one of us is better than the other. Sure, I don't have to agree with it, but that's a great way to look at it. But then he says, God, I'd be a lot better too if my parents, if I was born in F1 like he was and my parents were both race car drivers. Oh, wow. Your dad's a friggin' billionaire.
Yeah, I bet Max would have been even better than he is if his parents were billionaires. He might not have gotten beat as much too.
Yeah, left at less gas stations or something.
Yeah.
But it's like, come on. Like, I don't know. That's where the hate comes from, I believe. And then McLaren obviously doesn't help him, which you and I have talked.
Yeah. No,
You
and
know,
that's not helping the situation out either. So, I mean, we got 4 races and 1 sprint left or 2 sprints left?
2 sprints, 2
2
sprints.
sprints. So 6 total opportunities for points coming. It's still gonna be I hope, a battle of the 3 down to the last race.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be, see, the thing is now, so we're just talking about Max. Also, which we totally should mention because it was incredibly impressive. Even his engineer was like, "Whoa, Max." That final stint of 30 laps on softs, which I won't talk about tires, but I want to talk about tires. But, the the absolute just tear he went on.
You
GP
just kept
comes on the
seeing
radio. It
the
was like,
time go down every lap.
I'm watching all these the purple light up every time. I'm like, whoa. And then GP comes on the radio, and that's how you know it's really impressive. GP's been with him forever. And I don't think I've ever heard so much praise go to Max specifically over the radio. You might have to do it to Lando, you might have to do it to Kimmy or Charles, Lewis even, he gets it too. Like, oh yes, you do good job, pat your head. Usually Max is just like, go faster. Today we got
There's your man.
we got Max. That stint was incredible.
Yeah.
Like over the radio. And I just imagine Max had the biggest grin on his face, like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah. And
he never gets
ruined
that.
it. And they
Yeah,
ruined it.
I know it.
Literally
Still
all
impressive.
for nothing. Still impressive,
I know.
all for nothing. And it has completely out of his control.
Yeah. I would have expected Max, probably the beginning of the season, to just flip out. I thought he was going to flip out.
Last year for sure.
Yeah. This Max that we have now, who I think he just realized halfway through the year, he's like, I'm not going to win. I'm not winning this. I'm just going to hang out, have fun. And he's still doing that, clearly, because they interview him and they're like, oh, you mean safety car screwed you. And he's like, well, last year, the safety car actually helped me out. So
yeah, you said you win some, you lose some.
Yeah,
and it's like, dude,
what?
That would not have been the reaction. He would have been literally motherfucking the FIA stewards saying we're going to investigate this and all sorts of stuff.
He would have had another silent press conference and then hold his own in a hallway somewhere and more volunteer service. And yeah, it was crazy.
I think, like you said, like how he's changed throughout this year. He realized that he was, like you said, he didn't have a chance anymore. So the pressure came off. He started doing well. I feel like he still might be running with all right, there might be a chance there, but I'm having fun. Let's not change anything up. I'm doing well. I don't need to be intense and a douche and all this other stuff.
Yeah, he's not just a pure like Terminator race car driver right now.
Yeah.
It's a very
he's still doing well.
Yeah, I mean, he's the most talented race car driver on the planet. It just is.
Yeah.
But we got what we have next. We have Brazil coming up.
I love it. Love it.
So this next run of races here, we have one man who kind of typically dominates this end of the calendar, and Max. Brazil's like his stomping grounds. We saw one of the most incredible comebacks ever here. We've seen it actually. I don't know what it is about Red Bull in this track. Happens kind of often, it seems.
And there's another man that did an amazing comeback there as well. I just don't think he's going to do well.
No. Yeah, fair enough. That's what I mean, though. I don't know what it is about this track. Certain drivers, especially, but Lewis had his incredible comeback. I think
one of the best that we will ever see in history. The whole weekend still goes down. I watch that highlight at least 3 times a year just because it's
awesome.
Makes me cry and happy and sad at the same time.
Well, it's like even last year we had that incredible race in the rain. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah.
His insane comeback from like 17th to 1st, because he's Max and that's what he does.
Yeah.
Sebastian Vettel famously had his like one first lap wreck, and then he comes back from last place to 1st. So there's something about Red Bull and people with that style of driving with this track. But this is Max.
One of my favorites. One of my favorites to watch. One of my favorites to run on. Like it's such a cool track. So much history.
This is one of Max's stomping grounds. There's a lot of rain currently going on in Brazil, so that works out for one guy.
Oh, George Russell said his favorite conditions is rain, so
Yeah. This is what I'm thinking. We're gonna have a weird podium, I think. We're gonna have a really strange podium. Want to do predictions?
You go first.
All right, and it's not super weird. It's kind of weird. I think it's pretty. No, it's weird. We're going real weird. Max first, George second. We're gonna put Nico Hulkenberg in third. Last time it poured rain something stupid, he managed to get a podium, and I want him to get another one so bad. I think we're gonna get a random up there.
My random is gonna be just a pipe dream. You already probably know who it's gonna be.
I hope it is.
I'm gonna go Max first for sure. I like Russell for second, just because if it does rain, he is a good driver in the rain. And then I'm gonna go Lewis. I just want a podium. I just want a podium. He does well.
He deserves it.
He does well in the rain. Like,
it was so disheartening to hear his interview after, and he's like, "Yeah, we're not getting a podium this year." Man! But I think we're gonna get some kind of an NPC up there, maybe. So I'm gonna say Hulkenberg. But we're gonna get somebody up there that doesn't belong, and I don't think it's gonna. I don't think a McLaren will be up there.
I don't think so either. So we'll see. I feel like your prediction was pretty on point, except I think you had for last week. I think you had just jumbled up a little bit. I think you had Max winning, didn't you? And then, but you had the same top.
We both did. Yeah.
Did we both have the same top three?
No. Well, yes. Yeah, we did.
What was it?
Just jumbled up. We had Max, Norris, and Leclerc.
Yeah. So it was just flip them around.
It wasn't Norris plus 30.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. All right, so I mean, moving on to another amazing spectacle was the Supercar V8s in Australia at the Gold Coast. That is an action-packed weekend. There were like 17 races in 2 days. Cool. It was wild. Like, you had the Porsche, you had the Toyotas, you had the Supercars, then you had the Porsche, the Toyotas, the Supercars.
And there was just parts scattered everywhere in every race. There was a 10 car pile up. There was a 10-car pile up in the Porsche race. I was
good God. It was that blind turn. One car just gets sideways and 10 cars said goodbye.
That was nothing to do. There was nothing to do. And then you had the Toyotas. They were kind of the same way. It was just that's those beach chicanes. Oh my God. I've seen the videos of them all, You don't really realize that they do that for 85 laps. This is the thing I love about twice. Yeah, 2 days in a row. This is the thing I love about V8 Supercars. I think currently more than any other motorsport at the moment. Right now, this is quickly becoming my favorite series.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily attached to the drivers and teams yet, but the spectacle, the action, we watch all these other motorsports. You watch NASCAR, you watch F1, you watch GT racing, you watch endurance, you watch whatever. They throttle, right? They're throttling their pace. They're adjusting their pace. These guys, no.
These things are screaming.
They're launching these things off curbs feet in the air. They're landing so hard they're debeating tires. That car's not made to do that. Genuinely, it's just not. It is so impressive. So impressive.
And honestly, I know you said that you're not super invested in any team or drivers yet, but man, Chaz Mostert is my personal favorite right now.
That guy, he's quickly making his way into my heart real quick. I'm a Chevy guy. We both are. But holy crap, he drives that Mustang so hard. And he's also the guy that, of course, stopped at Robbo's and got his beer at Bathurst, which was amazing. But just the way he was launching this car through the whole race, he started out, he didn't have the fastest pace, but he was right there. And the car just seemed to get faster as the track got more and more littered with stuff. We were talking about it earlier. And there was how many mirrors were in that corner?
Dude, I swear it had to have been at least 6, if not 8. I don't know if it was double digits, but it was a boneyard.
They're everywhere. And, we talk about F1, of course, and street races, I don't really like them very much, most of them. They're showing street races can be friggin' awesome. Because that track was so narrow, and they're still passing each other like crazy. It's another, just like Bathurst, I felt like every lap was exciting. It was literally, even the qualifying, the top 10 shootout for the qualifying. I don't know if I've ever seen a car hit a wall that hard. Dude. Whose car? Well, I can't remember what the guy's name was off the top of my head.
Did you see the it was the
shell car.
The shell one. And did you see the cameraman? How it always
They,
it says the cameraman never dies, and it's coming straight
yeah,
at him, and he's still
yeah.
just shooting shots. Australians are insane.
It's Brody Kostecki is his name.
Yeah,
Uh, he so I don't know what he hit before. I think he stuffed it into a tire barrier during the previous qualifying, but he still made it to the top 10 shootout. And he hits this curb that has these big sausage curbs, and hits this tire barrier. When he hits that, the car's midair. The bumper tucks under the wheel, so now you're just on a skateboard. It
there's
doesn't
no
matter.
turning. It's
And
like
he
it's
hits
like
a
when you put the
wall.
McDonald's trays on your rear tires in a front wheel drive car.
Yeah, it was like he hit that wall, and I audibly gasped. I was like, "Oh!"
I showed Beth. I literally was like, oh. I was like, I rewound it, showed her, and she was like, oh my god.
Yeah. So something they talked up, they didn't talk about it as much. Obviously, they didn't know in the broadcast right away. So he moved that concrete barrier he hit. These big concrete barriers, they probably weigh 8 to 10,000 pounds. He moved 2 of them 1 meter.
Good
There were
God.
4 photographers sitting over there. Thoughts and prayers. They ended up in the hospital.
Oh my god.
There's that one. Yeah, no, it was. He knocked 4 guys over, and they got hurt. The only one who's kind of like we know is totally fine is the one that posted saying the cameraman never dies. But
I love
I
the
was
last
like,
picture, and it's like from me to my camera with the front grill.
it was like just brutal. But it does. This all comes back to these guys just drive like they do not give a shit.
No,
They beat the crap out of these cars. I don't think a single one of those cars was running perfectly by the end of it. It was,
dude. I mean, we had within the first five laps. I think it was Woods. He was running really well, and then he came down so hard that he punctured his fuel tank. And it was they're like, oh, we need to check this out. They bring him in. They do a quick pit stop. He takes off, and there's a puddle. And they're like,
they
yeah, no,
sent him
you
back
got to
out.
come back in. You got to come back in.
I was waiting for it to catch on fire, honestly, because
That's
you know
why,
what
yeah, they
told.
immediately.
The crazy thing was, this is where we're obviously just bitching about safety, but but so they send this guy out. This is where the precedent comes in. They send this guy out. This track is littered. Imagine a demolition derby with cars that are way more expensive than we could ever afford. That's what this looked like.
Yeah,
You send this guy out with a fuel leak, and you tell him first corner, yeah, you got to get back here. You're leaking gas everywhere. They don't stop the race. They don't pull him off the track. They don't open a gate.
they
He
don't
doesn't
go put quick
mosey
dry
back.
down.
He comes back through the chicane. I'm like, what? It's gonna explode. He's gonna die. There's
Literally,
kids
and
watching, they're cheering. I'm like, huh.
you
It
put
was amazing.
one spark from your brakes, and that shit is ignited.
But it was amazing. It was amazing. It was in. This is where
And
that precedent makes a difference.
one cool thing, like I feel that what separated Chaz and what made him capable of winning not just the first race, but the second race. First race for sure. That man was attacking those sausage curbs through turn 11s and 13 harder than anyone else. He was getting airborne on that second one to line up perfectly
Every single time.
It was a piece of art every single time he went through that. And that's you could see the speed that he would get off of that last curve, and that would slingshot him in to be able to get into the draft and make a dive.
Yeah, it was him and Feeney. Feeney was the one he was chasing. He was the only one doing it similar. But he
was just doing it better.
He would hit this 3-piece chicane so hard. He never actually, so it goes left, right, left. He would never actually turn right. He turned left over the first curb, nailed the second one like it's a ramp, and just launches himself to the left. And I'm like, that's so cool. Like, this is so cool. Track limits don't count if you're in the air, I guess, but it is like so damn cool. It was just awesome. The action.
You had all 4 tires somewhere. They just weren't over the line.
And you had, who was it that made that crazy pass
at the end of the second race?
Yes, and that Mustang with the 100-year anniversary thing on it.
The Penrite, he was the Penrite guy. He shoved that
Kai
thing.
Allen.
Yeah,
Kai Allen,
bruh.
So there's a famous pass.
I remember it.
The guy. So they go through the chicane. It's a quick like dog leg to the right, and then a sharp left. Uh, Comes over the curb, full just off the ground, lands, takes your dog left, locks up middle of the dog left with it or dog leg with his brakes, and just uses that to slide to the inside. Like just
Yep.
this guy did the exact same thing and pulled it off so goddamn clean. It looks so good.
I saw a clip where they had both of those clips together, and I was
Yeah.
like, dude, that's where this was. I didn't know
Yeah.
where that race was before, but I saw it. That was like last year or 2 years ago. It was like a TCR race or something. And it was, dude, that was so cool to see it happen again live. I
No, those
wasn't
guys
up
are
for it at 2 a.m., but
yeah. But it was it is a spectacle. If you haven't checked out V8 Supercars,
you
do
have
it.
to.
It's so cool.
You
It's
have
so
to.
cool. The
We've got
sound,
2 races
the
left.
yeah, yeah. Next we have what is next? I just looked at it too. Next we have Sandown. Sandown's the next race. It is the 14th through the 16th. Let's see. What's our count? So we're now entering. This is like their playoffs going on now. It's another 2-race weekend. Should be really interesting.
Yeah,
I
especially
haven't. I
with
don't
Feeney.
think I've
Yeah.
watched. Yeah, I don't think I've watched Sandown personally yet. Very excited to see it. Typically, these end of series races bring the most action, anyways.
Yeah, because again, Feeney's in first for the points, and Chaz is in second, and he's only down by like 160 points, I think. So
Yeah,
he's
which that sounds
right
crazy.
there.
That this is a little bit.
But yeah,
Sounds so
by the
crazy.
way,
That's
they've
just a
got
little
like
bit.
3,000 points. Their point system is like way ass backwards compared to what Formula One does. First place this weekend got him
It's
180
nuts.
points, which is nuts.
Yeah. No, these guys are. It's amazing what these guys do. These guys are on another level. They're just crazy. I assume they're all mentally unstable in some capacity. It's
Just a little
amazing.
bit. They have to be.
They drive. They just you talk about flow state. Yeah, yeah. This is flow state, but on crack.
Yeah, literally. And so so we have that coming up in 2 weeks. We've got a break now, right? We don't have a F1 race next week. We have it 2 weeks from now. In Brazil. And then this weekend though, we got some filler cuz we've got
Yeah,
Lock City. I'm so
yeah. Lock
excited.
City's gonna be a good one. This will be a
Lock
good
City
event.
is going to be a good one. It's always fun. They always have fun with their cars, even though we'll be going on the second day. They should still have like some people do some fun rap jobs on the cars for Halloween. Yeah, a lot of the drivers will have like I remember last year somebody had like I don't know if they weren't wearing it in the car because again that would be a safety issue, but one of the drivers was like driving through the pits in one of the T-Rex outfits with the T-Rex thing hanging out the side. So the drivers most of the time they dress up and have fun. So it'll just be a good event. I got a new phone and it's the new iPhone and I'm so excited to record. I went out yesterday and the quality was chef's kiss. So we're going to get some cool footage there. I'm excited for that and just to go out and see some stuff. It's been too long since we've stepped foot on a track. So that'll
Yeah,
be fun.
we're gonna need a space heater. It's gonna be cold.
Yeah, just wear some jeans. We'll be good. What is it? Honestly, I'm interested to see what the temperature is going to be now. I didn't even think
It's
about that.
cold.
It is November. It is now going to be November. So we're looking at 54. I mean, 54
Ooh,
degrees on Saturday.
yes,
So
and that's before the sun goes down.
yeah. Oh, fortunately, this will be done. This is a shorter one. It's a 9 to 4, not a 9 to 5. So,
So
oh,
hopefully it doesn't get too cold.
no, yeah, because daylight savings is on Sunday, so we won't have to worry about the 4 p.m. sundown. So,
Wonderful,
um,
wonderful.
but yeah, so we're coming up towards the end of the season on everything, which is sad. But we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna see some stuff. Um, didn't have a chance this week, but hopefully this or last week. Hopefully this week we'll get some sim in, and then the following Friday we have another event at F1 Arcade, which will be fun. I'm gonna get some chest footage this time. And see what we can come up with. See if one of us can win the day, so we can
I
have
gotta win this.
yeah.
I came so close last time. I gotta win one of these things.
Yeah, so what one of us will get out there and get a dub. We've got to. That's as simple as it gets. We can't come out there talking about a podcast and not be able to finish on the podium. So or on first, not let alone a podium.
Gotta go get our
Um,
champagne.
yeah, literally. So that'll be fun. We'll get that out there. No issues with recording this week, so we're back to our regularly scheduled program of Wednesday. And yeah, I think that's about it.
I think so. As always, guys, make sure you follow us over on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, YouTube, and Spotify. Ring that little bell so it tells you when we post a video.
Ding ding ding.
I've been really loving getting the interaction with you guys on TikTok. I've been getting some nice comments here and there telling us about your cars, stuff like that. I got a few people telling me about their experiences. Um, Racing something like we talked about last week, racing a slow car fast. I love to hear it. I love to see it. I want to hear more. I want your stories. I want your builds. I want to see it all. But as always, we always encourage you to keep the throttle down and the conversation wide open.
Later.